Greetings, great day everyone, vibrational greetings to you all. Thank you for joining us live here on Facebook and later YouTube. We have a great topic for today, but let's just take a minute to gather ourselves, gather the thoughts and the expectations. Let's just take a deep breath. Let's just center ourselves in this moment. And let's just let go of everything that is weighing us down, that is causing us to think that we are not that we are not divine, not beautiful, not amazing, not talented, not gifted. Let's just let go of all those thoughts of limitation and lack and just all that. Just let it go. Let's just breathe in our truth, that we are divine, we are great, we are talented, we are magnificent, we are that. Exhale and release some more. The more you are able to release, the more you are opening up to what you already are. There's nothing to look out there for. There's nothing to strive for. There's only a letting go. So give yourself permission to let go. Now let's take a moment to just be quiet and be still. To be silent. And remember the training. Every time a thought comes, just simply come back to the breath. And follow it to your inner peace. The inner presence. So let's begin now. Breathe in. Exhale. And breathe in that truth. As walls start to crumble and fall down, you start to see more clearly, more vastness, more infiniteness. Start to be aware of the body, be aware of this room, where you're at. Slowly open your eyes. Being grateful and honored and reverent to that sacred space, to that sacred presence. Just open your eyes. Just take a minute to just be still with your eyes open. Now let's all be ready to receive. Thank you everyone again. There's Ali. The topic for today was the quality of labor. The quality of labor. Let's ask, what is the quality of labor? Because for those of you that know me, I've worked very, let's just say, hard jobs. Construction, the fields, the lettuce, the orange, the lemon. I've worked different jobs. I've worked some, light jobs as well. Security, customer service, which all has its challenges in different areas. So it's not better or lesser. It's just different jobs that require different qualities. But the quality of labor that we're talking about, especially happy Labor Day weekend to every one of you that, we're vacationing. I hope you enjoyed your mini vacation. Hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend with family and friends and loved ones, those that value you and you value. So I really hope you enjoyed your weekend. But we're talking about a different type of labor. Now, if you joined us with the breath, this is I'm going to say it even though it's going to sound a little judgmental, but it's not. This is the greatest labor you can do. The inner labor is the most challenging. Yeah, and as soon as I said that, somebody jumped off. So no judgment, but a lot of people run from that labor. We run from the most important labor that we're meant to do, that we were born to do. Because as we breathe, if you breathe with us, you started feeling yourself lighter. You started feeling yourself more at ease, more at peace. And that to me is the greatest labor. Even as we started the video, you know, we check with ourselves and we're like, you need to breathe. You need to just let go. And the thing about it is, if we just do it and we don't take that responsibility, then we're not gonna be our best. We're not gonna be our most authentic, because we're gonna carry weight. And this is what people even talk about in the workplace. Don't bring your work home, and don't bring your home to work. Okay, we say that in the external, but we forget that in the internal. So we each have this inner labor to do. And also I want to give shout outs to Ali's incredible family, that we had such a wonderful time in, can I say the place? Yeah, Santana, California. Okay, I'm like, what do you call it? Pocho? Santana, California. Santana, California. So we want to give shout outs to Olivia, Pepe, Tommy, Julio, Monica, Pauline, Julia, and Juan, and their incredible children, because we didn't know if we could mention their children, but you know who you are. This is the second time I went over there, and the first was kind of rushed. This one was more relaxed. And Ali, you have such an incredible family, so much love, so much beauty. And even that area, we didn't want to leave, because it was just the temperature, the breeze, the coolness, and we just didn't want to leave. And we'll be back there soon. The thing about it is, oh, and thank you to Pepe for, I don't know how they call them in English, patatunas. They're, yeah, but what do you call them? It's the fruit that's on the prickly pear cactus. It's the little ball. He cuts it up, and it's very, very delicious. If you hadn't had it, we highly recommend and that you try some, because they're very, very good. So, wanted to send love to them, and Ali has something she wants to say.
Good morning, everyone. I haven't actually really spoken yet. Not an easy subject for me. Michael talks about labor, about inner work. We all have to work a 9 to 5. We all have to work to pay our bills. We all need to have some sort of labor. And the Bible says it, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? But the labor that Michael's talking about is that inner labor and how we work within ourselves. And this was the first, my sister Olivia, was her birthday August 31st, which was Friday. We had her out there Saturday, and it's the first time that I got to celebrate with her since we were kids, since before I got married, more than 35 years ago. So for me, this weekend meant a lot. It meant that all the labor that I've done within myself, all the work that I've put in to transform my life and to be able to be the person I want to be, those were my fruits. For me to be able to spend that time with my sister, it was amazing. She was a sister I was raised with. Biologically, we could say she's my aunt, but in my heart, she's my sister. There's much family that I never get to see or be around. But being there with her this weekend and all her family, and as cheesy as this may sound, or as corny, having Michael there was the cherry on top, because they got to see and Alice that they never really knew, that no one really knew, not even myself. So that's where the labor comes in, where we work within ourselves and the desires of our hearts will come. And I always wanted to be close to her, be with her, and for certain reasons it just wasn't possible. But this weekend was amazing. The weather, that was just another bonus, but it was a harmony. The way that I felt to have Michael see that side of my family, and to have my family meet Michael more one-on-one, and what we do, that was a gift. That was a gift. It was her birthday, but I felt like it was my birthday. I felt like I was the one being treated. I was the one that got gifts from them, and just their love. I think we were all talking up until 2 o'clock in the morning
I fell asleep.
on Saturday night.
No, you guys were up till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
I don't know. I lost
because I remember the last time I checked, it was 2 in the morning, and I'm usually asleep by that time.
He was in and out. But
yeah, and I was like doing my best to keep my eyes open because I didn't want to be rude, but I was like, you know, because we preach, you got to take care of your temple. You got to take care of yourself. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to hear what they're saying, I'm going to feel them. So I closed my eyes, and when you close your eyes and at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's just, you know, and then they heard me snoring. And I don't snore. I'm just kidding.
So it was a great weekend for me. I'm just a little, like Michael says, we do our breathing and we do our work, and just the realization of how important family is, and how much fun it is to interact with the different personalities, and for them to get to know me. One of my brothers says, I don't know how to be around you. I don't know you. And he's my baby brother, and I'm like, it's okay, just be you, and we'll figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
So that was my weekend treat.
No? Okay. Well, we had to consult on something, but we're not going to share it yet. Stay tuned. So, anything else you want to share? Ali said something that is very key, because we want our exterior lives to change or transform, because we use the word transform, but yet we are just covering another mask with another mask, experiencing temporary satisfaction, not experiencing true, authentic transformation. So the one thing that Ali said that I desire to emphasize is she said this was the result of her inner work. See, if she didn't do her inner work, she'd still be, in no disrespect, but she'd still be stuck where she was at, whining and complaining why God, why life doesn't treat her fairly. And we want to remind every one of you, because this is our job, this is what we live and breathe to do, is with every breath that I take, with every breath that I give, I want to give back. So I desire to wrap this up in the essence of, are you happy with your life? Are you happy with the fruits of your labor? Because we're always going to get fruits from our labor, but sometimes those fruits become thorns. Sometimes those fruits become poison ivy that itches and it just drives you crazy. Now, we are getting more students on a continual basis, and the one thing that is the common factor, and it is with everyone, including myself, is we ignore our inner work. And when we ignore our inner work, our inner labor, then the exterior reflects that. Now, I want to give a little example of, we were talking about inner labor with a student of ours, or soon-to-be student. No, she's a student. And she had to go to the bathroom. And when she came back, because this person was saying that, you know, I don't want to be egotistical. I don't want to be selfish about working on herself, loving herself. And she had to go to the bathroom. And when she came back, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't get it. And then I was like, wow. So one thing I want to ask you is, if you have to go to the bathroom, Do you hold it? Excuse me for saying this, but let's just be frank. If you have to fart, if you have to pass gas, do you hold it? Or do you let it go? Because if you hold it, and I know that there's places where, it's not professional, but if you have to let it go, let it go. Because you're only hurting yourself. Now, we love ourselves enough to know that, right? We love ourselves to know that if I gotta go to the bathroom, either number one or number two, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Am I right?
I sure hope so, because I don't want to clean up the mess.
Right? Okay, so if you love yourself enough that when you gotta go to the bathroom, instead of holding it, you know, hey, I gotta go. Especially if it's number two. Number one is people can hold that more, but number two, and I know it's not a beautiful topic, but it's just an example, but it's a powerful, simple reflection of how we treat ourselves. Now, if you gotta go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. That's already done. That's already clear. If you don't, what happens? You start harming your body. You start affecting in the opposite way of becoming whole. You're starting to poison yourself. You're starting to toxify the body. And this creates disease, this creates disharmony. This creates bacteria, fungi, and different effects in the body, right? The same thing with the quality of labor that we're talking about. If you don't work on yourself, if you don't take that time to do the inner labor, then life will demand it from you. Listen closely to what I just said. This is the most challenging thing to do, but it is the most rewarding thing. We do this on a daily. This we do on a daily, every day. Even how many times throughout the day, who knows? Whenever life reflects things that's like a calling card to ourselves. Wait a minute, I'm not doing my breathing, I'm not doing my reflecting, I'm not doing my introspection.
And we remind each other. That's one thing
Exactly.
that Michael and I have as a blessing, that we can remind each other of, hey, are you okay? Is there something going on? And sometimes people don't want to face that, but it's worked for our relationship.
So when we do our inner work, it starts reflecting on the outer. See, we're so, and then we'll wrap it up with this, because this is a class that can go into a deeper. But when we ignore our inner work, we're covering effects with effects with effects with effects. So the more you ignore your inner work, the more effects you have to work on. This is law. You are going to have to work on this. Now, do you want life to keep beating you down, whining and complaining and pointing fingers? Or do you want to point the finger at yourself and break those walls down, even though when it can seem like it's somebody else's fault? It's not somebody else's fault. It's your result of the fruits that you've been working on. So, Labor Day. Although you may have a job, great, more power to you. And everyone has a job. It's called being a human. Okay, this is the most primordial job that we have as a physical being. So we're all working as a human being. But are we really answering the call of what it is to be human, to be spiritual in a human body? Because you're not just human. You need to realize you are much more. And when you do that quality of labor, that quality of inner work, you will see the fruits of your labor on a more quality basis. Because remember, it's not quantity, it's quality. We're so distracted with quantity that we forget about quality. And quality is be authentic to you. Don't lie to yourself. Don't ignore yourself. Don't run from yourself. Because then you will realize that you are against yourself, when you've always been with, for, and as you. So, take this labor seriously, because if not, life will demand it from you. That's just the way it works. And I know I'm going to, affect a lot of people. I'm going to hurt a lot of feelings, but I'm not hurting your feelings. You are the result of that if you personalize that. You can unpersonalize that and say, wait a minute, nobody can hurt my feelings. There's a saying, if the shoe fits, wear it. If this is affecting you, ask why it's affecting you, and start questioning life. And when you question life, that is the beginning steps of doing the inner labor. Questioning life is the result that you're going deeper within yourself. And the more deeper you go, the more you'll realize. And the more walls will come down. The more you look outside, the more walls you build. The more walls you build. And you wonder why it feels so difficult, so challenging, because you've built so many walls. But the more you introspect, the more you reflect, the more you digress, the more you let go, the more walls are going to fall down, and the lighter you're going to feel, the more flow you're going to feel, the more effortless life is going to be. So, that's all the time we have for today. Anything else, Sam?
No.
Thank you, everyone. And again, much love to the family. Thank you for allowing us to spend the Earth Day with you, Olivia. You're an amazing person that gives so much. So remember, for everyone listening to this, you get what you give. And it's not just giving out here, donating to a charity, giving. It's what do you give to yourself? What are you giving to yourself every day? Are you giving love? Are you giving compassion? Are you giving patience? Are you giving peace? Because when we just give on the exterior, it's an excuse to ignore ourselves. And life is going to say, wake up, wake up, wake up. So wake up, everyone. Start to invest in yourself. And if you are confused about how to do this, look us up. This is what we're here for. And one last thing, because I got to mention this, especially Labor Day weekend. A lot of people criticize what I do. And I'm going to be very honest about this. No, because I got to. A lot of people criticize what I do because they say, you need to get a job, you need to get a job, you need to get a job. I got a job. I got the best, most rewarding job in the world. And I apologize if you have a different kind of job, but my job, I won't trade it for anything. You know, because I've let people affect me, but really it was me that I say, you know what, maybe I do need to go back and get a job. Because a lot of people don't invest in what we do. A lot of people don't, sign up for the classes, and that affects us. Because this is what I dedicate myself 24/7. Allie has to get a job because
I desire.
Because she desires to, but let's just be very honest.
Because I want to be able to
we can't pay the bills.
Give somebody the respect.
Because we can't show a product. I can't show a product, so a lot of people don't believe in what we do because they can't see what we do. But we tell them, if you would just invest and experience it, you would see what you can't see. So, I'm going to say it right here, right now. No more walking on eggshells about this. I'm not ashamed about the job that I have. Before I used to be, because I'd be like, oh, well, I'm not bringing the bread and butter like, a weekly check like someone. We would have 2 or 3 students. Now we have more students, and we are very grateful, even for the one that we had in the beginning. I was always grateful for my students, but I would let the world's judgment that I didn't have a quality job. And let me just tell you, when you see life transformations back to 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 back, and people telling you that I've gone to a psychiatrist, I've been 20 years depressed, in two classes, which we were talking about that student yesterday, in 2 classes she goes back to the thread, and she sees this student of ours that we just had her yesterday, and she says, you know what, I'm not taking any medication anymore. Wow, on your own. Now, we're not doctors. We can't say stop your medication. We tell people follow your heart. If you feel that way, you follow your heart. We're not here to tell you how to live your life. We're here to give you the guidance, the tools, and the realizations that you already have within you to live a better, greater quality, more authentic life. So, I know we got to go because you got to get to work.
So thank you, Michael, for the fruits of your labor, because I can proudly say that his job is like no other. And unless you know Michael personally, or you take his classes, or you invest in that, you won't know until you experience it. But I am one of the fruits of his labor. And I'm very proud to say that my life has been transformed. I don't know how many testimonials we have, but mine, I can tell you if you want to hear it, I'm happy to share.
Yes.
So thank you, Michael, for the fruits of your labor.
Yes, thank you. And people that know me know that I have a huge testimonial because, yeah. So, if you want to know more, sign up for the classes, message us. Don't be shy, because we want you to know that whatever you've been through, you're not stuck. You think you are, but you feel you're not. Follow your heart and message us. If not, talk to someone, because we don't want it to be just about us, but we do serve. Okay? And the thing about it is, just know that you are your best friend. You are your best guide, your guru, your teacher. But if you haven't been taught or guided or reminded authentically, you will always look outside of yourself, thinking that something or someone out there is the answer. It's not. It's you. You're chasing your own tail. I love that epiphany that came to me the other day. It's like we chase our own tail, but that's another video. That's another video. So we got another video coming up. Stop chasing your tail. So stay tuned for that. Much love and blessings to you all. One more thing. Share this video. You don't know who you're going to help. You don't know who needs to hear this message right now. Because I was about to hang up, but I follow my heart. I can't tell you to follow your heart if I don't follow mine. And I know we're going to hang up. But share this video. You don't know whose life you may be touching. Thank you.